We've come a long way since our doors first opened. Though our beginnings were modest, our vision was bold. With each passing decade, we grew. Times changed, and we adapted. We evolved, and we delivered. Market-driven programs that get our grads jobs. Seamless support services that wrap around our students. Sustainable practices that protect our earth. For the past 10 years, our mission ensured that the student experience came first at Durham College. But we've reached a tipping point. As we reflect on all we've accomplished and look closely at where we stand, it's clear. We're not just putting the student experience first.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to OCAA Women's Soccer Action. Today, the host Durham Lords taking on the visiting Centennial Colts. Both these teams come in looking fairly well. Equipment checks are happening just as we speak. Canada shortly to follow. Officials getting everything wrapped up here. And we are going to throw you over to Stadium Sound so you guys can hear just about everything that's going on.
OCAA matchup featuring the visiting Centennial Colts and Durham Lords. Durham College is situated on the traditional lands of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation. We are thankful to be welcomed on these lands in friendship, and we respect a long-standing relationship that the Indigenous peoples have with this territory. Joining our student athletes for the walkout this evening is our team of the game, the Oshawa Kicks 2016-2017 girls team. Let's give them a big round of applause for being here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, now we ask that you please rise if able and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's meet tonight's starters from the visiting Centennial Colts. Number 2, Nyla Rowe. Number 4, Emily Cullen. Number 5, Emily Duncan. Number 12, Alyssa Maoni. Number 13, Miley DeCock. Number 14, Julieta Ochipinti. Number 15, Vanessa Lima. Number 17, Soledad Vasquez Socorro. Number 21, Simone Christie. Number 24, Haley Brampton. And your starting goalkeeper for the Colts is number 27, Jordan Cole. And now, fans, the starting lineup for your Durham Lords. Number 3, Sage Thomas Roberts. Number 4, Shelby Klein. Number 6, Aaron Nicoletta. Number 8, Isabel Sullivan. Number 9, Dalen Tulloch. Number 15, Alexis Bailey. Number 16, Heather Wright. Number 17, Abigail Roberts. Number 18, Laura Antoinette. Number 27, Julia Fontana. And your starting goalkeeper for the Lords is number 00, Katie Sutherland. And the Lords are coached by the one, the only, Bill Sullivan.
And welcome back, everyone. Once again, as mentioned prior, we have the host, Durham Lords, taking on the visiting Centennial Colts. The Colts, as you can see on screen, walk into this game at a solid 4-0. They are ranked 2nd in the province and 5th in the country walking into this one. A massive task here for the host Lords, sitting at 2-2. 7th ranked in the province, not quite ranked nationally. 11 goals to their name so far for the Lords. Of course, the majority of those coming off a big win last time they were here at Vastos Field against George Brown in the 7-0 win. Of course, that one capped off in a big performance by number 3, Sage Thomas Roberts. They did an absolute they put on an absolute show here last time. Hoping to see some more of the same from the host team. Last time these guys ended up playing, it was a big win for Centennial. Centennial walked away with that one in a 3-1 contest. Of course, out of the last 5 games, Centennial has won 3 and 2 have been ties. So looking to put on a good show here. And ball kicked off here as Centennial looking to make their way forward. Just passing around to start. Far side there with the ball is Simone Christie. Inbounding here in a really good spot here. Lords already in Centennial territory. The Colts yet to give up a goal so far this season. So an absolute defensive masterclass that they've put on, I would say for one game, but this has been all season. Of course, their biggest focus there, and their I'll say shining jewel was their 17-0 win against the Fleming Phoenix. They were 3 goals short of tying the OCAA record for single goals in a game. From one team and both, as both of them are held by one game. And the Colts just kicking around here, trying to find a break in this Lords defense. One thing that worked for them last time around for this host Lords team was they got aggressive and fast. They were not holding back in any way, shape, or form. And you got to be looking for more of the same here from this Durham squad. Their defense was also looking a little bit questionable in their first game. Of course, was the home opener, first game of the season. You got to give them some slack. But in that second game, they put on a much better showing, and it showed. Of course, that one was the 7-0 win. Colts started in a big way for those first few games. Of course, that 0-loss streak still intact. And speaking of this attack, the Colts looking for a cross here. And that one flies 1.5 miles over the net. And it's going to be Lord's ball here out of the keeper. Out in net for the Lords, Katie Sutherland has put on a pretty good showing so far. And that one, unfortunately, one out by the Colts here. Lispanov trying to give themselves some room and get rid of it now. This one's Emily Cullen, gets rid of it, kicks it back into Colts territory. Looking for a little bit of a reset. Cross it both ways. Take their time here. One thing the Lords did last time that you're not seeing right now is the Lords are playing very, very far back, very defensive, not giving them any looks. Looks like in a 1-4-5 setup. So very much in a park the bus attitude right now. They don't want to give OCAA's strongest offensive team any kind of offensive look whatsoever. But you have to keep in mind, if you're respecting your opponents maybe a little too much, and you might give them something to look at. And a big header there certainly rung her bell there from the Lords. That one was the Lords number 4, Shelby Kahn. Or sorry, that was Lords number 9, Dalen Tulloch. And this time, Sage Thomas-Roberts looking to make a little bit of a move here for Centennial. Move against Centennial, but got caught up. And Tulloch looking a little worse for wear there. Able to walk it off, but once again, that header had a big one there to stop the big volley out from the far side there from Centennial's number 21, Simone Christie. But Tulloch will be looking to the sideline here. And coming in for the Lords is number 23. That's going to be Holly Warlow. Warlow is center back here for the Lords. You can see how the Colts are playing right now. Playing a little bit split here, trying to find themselves an offensive gap, but the Lords doing a great job to just close the gate on them at any opportunity. And poked out here as this is going to be Durham ball to throw it in. The Lords have to get aggressive off of this. We were seeing that was one way that they were playing really, really well. They just sent a volley and relied on their speed. This Lords team has a lot of speed to break through coverage. The trick is they have to trust themselves to do it. And they're just going to get rid of this one here as Centennial, once again, already threw out a big shot with Simone Christie, who finds instead a Lords defender. And that one goes out to be the Colts ball. And Simone Christie going to throw this one in. Almost looked possession of the Lords there, but no one to catch that volley from Centennial's number 15. That would have been Vanessa Lima. Instead, it's going to be the Lords fighting for possession, trying to keep themselves out of their own end. Sage Thomas-Roberts racing for it and keeping it almost in. That one rolls out at the last second. Apologies there. .650 on the clock. And the Lords looking to inbound here to get themselves back in this thing. Going shallow against this far side. And the Lords an opportunity, going to fight for it with everything they got as they break out of their own zone here. Almost snuffed out there by Haley Frampton of Centennial. And the Colts trying to make the most out of it. A crosser up front. Caught handily. That one, Katie Sutherland. Cross here, an attack. No good. That one hits the outside of the netting. And looking like a substitution here for Durham. Coming back in is Dalen Tulloch. Sorry, Tulloch. Feeling a little bit better now. And out goes Holly Warlow. Holly Warlow. There we go. Brain's still scrambling here. Apologies, everyone. And another substitution here. This one from the Colts. As in goes Colts number 9, Serena McDonald. And out for the Colts goes number 12. That one, Elizabeth Mayone. Elizabeth Mayone, sorry about that. And that one out of play once again. Durham keeper staying busy here, already has more than a couple saves here. But still zeros on the board. And the Lords just trying to slow it down. Can't afford to slow down much against this rampant Centennial offense. And speaking of, they got the ball back once again deep in Lord's territory now. But Durham fighting for every inch now that they're inside their own. Sage pulls back as Centennial looks for another reset. And big shot here. Cross is there. One touch. Good. Drills it right at Sutherland. Able to keep that one in check. And that one looked like a lethal attack coming from the Colts. I thought we were going to see the goose eggs break open there on the side of Centennial. But no good. This time it's going to be the Lords looking for a press here. But they're going to lose control once again. And it comes all the way back. Colts looking to play some smart ball here as they boot it a mile. Running down the lane. The Lords beat the Colts to it, and that goes right out. And the Colts chuck this one in. Gonna keep it short and sweet, coming back across here on the near side, and the Lords fighting for every inch. Not quite gonna get there. That was Laura Toon. Number 18 for the Lords. Laura Antuna is going to be the one trying to get to it. Not quite able to do so. Apologies for that. This time, another boot from Centennial. They're just throwing this thing a mile and hoping that something sticks. You got to give credit then to the Lords defense, who has shut them down so far. Of course, 10 minutes in so far. And Durham looking to press. Got it in Centennial territory now, but the Colts quick to counteract. So that one goes out as the referee signals out on the Lords. So this one is going to be the ball here for the green and black. Kicking around back towards their side. Another reset. Readjusting themselves now. And they keep that one in, but feed it. And the Lords there, keep it in, but feed it right towards the Colts instead. And the Lords, they have to be careful. They can't afford to give any kind of opportunity, let alone something like this to Centennial. Well, we've been able to see all season what they've done with these kind of efforts. And they're lucky that this has stayed 0-0. The Lords done a great job on defense. But we've seen what happens when Centennial gets going. Of course, yet to give up a goal this season. The Lords were fighting for their first goal of the season last time they were here at Vassos. Have a handful of them now. And a great steal there. Number 13, Miley Dukoff had it there for Centennial. But ended up feeding that one away. Sage Thomas Roberts now fighting 2 Colts for the ball. Looking to fight for it. Gets away with it, luckily. And the Lords looking for a reset now as it comes back into their own territory. Tulok. Big boot to clear. Off of Sage. And the Colts back with possession. Kicking up along the side here. Colts got to move. Good play there to split the difference of the Lords defenders. But they're going to be lucky to come back up with this one as the green and gold as it skips deep into Centennial territory. And look for another reset through their keeper. Apologies. And Sage, a little bit frustrated there. Number 3 for Lord, Sage Thomas Roberts. Had an opportunity there to cross through and have a shot. Sage, of course, Sage Thomas Roberts, a first-team OCAA player here for the Lords, just wasn't able to capitalize on it. All the way back, the Lords play it. Fighting for that one, Alexis Bailey first, and that was an all-rookie team player again for the Lords. Those two together combined for a whole lot of points last year. Lots of substitutions on the horizon for both sides here as they come up. It's going to be Centennial booting this one around, keeping it in their side. Thomas Roberts pushing, following back now. And big one there to clear, but the Lord's happy to send it back as it fires into the crowd. Looks like the crowd able to defend themselves. And a bunch of substitutions here for both sides. Coming in for the Lords, number 20, Skylar Moore. And for the Colts, it's going to be number 26, Josephine O'Care. And number 12, Elizabeth Mayoni. Out for Centennial is number 21, Simone Christie. And number 14, Julio Ochapinti. Centennial looking to boot this one around here, just keeping it deep in their own zone. Playing slow now. Respecting the Lord's front now that they've seen that this Lords team happy to play hard defense. But no matter how many Lords they send at Nayla Rowe, she keeps weaving through. And that one picked up once again, the Lord's keeper, Katie Sutherland. And that one, deep kick. And Centennial, the one to come away with it at the come away from the scrap at midfield with the ball, as they look for a little bit more possession time here. Of course, more than well and truly dominating possession time here in these opening about 15-ish minutes. Just keeping it deep in their own territory here. Cullen picked off Alexis Bailey. Fighting for it still is the Colts. And they're going to get away with it here in Lord's territory. Serena McDonald offloads. Deep. Stolen away by the Lords. And a off-target pass there from the Lords. Number 6, Aaron Mikelica. Lords doing a good job at adjusting themselves to what's coming here from this Lords offensive. You heard Mikelica trying to call for a shift here, and Sage Thomas Roberts fighting for it once again. And foul called against the green and gold. And that one rolling along the far sideline. Out it goes. And big throw. Right into the possession of the Colts. Just an unfortunate break there for the Lords. As they look to push the tempo here, Centennial. McDonald kicks it back, slowing it right back down, just as I say it. Haley Frampton boots it far towards Lord's keeper. Picks it right up. Sutherland been very, very busy on for the most part, routine plays. Just picking up anything that comes near the net. She knows just about as well as anyone how much this Centennial team can hurt, and I imagine the Lords coach had him running drills constantly, working on routine saves, not giving up anything sloppy, especially with a feisty and fast team like Centennial. So that one goes over the head of the Colts, and Lords with possession. Booted off a blocker. And a through ball. Got away with it, they did. And the Lords with possession. For how long is the question? Centennial gets to steal possession here as they push forward. But the Lords, good fight, but sent back deep into their own territory. And a smart play not to give a corner to the Colts. And throwing it in for Centennial is number 13, Miley Dikoff. Booting it around back towards their end. Centennial been playing very, very slowly so far. Gotta imagine they're looking for a split in this Lord's defense. They've just yet to find the angle. Question is, when you give them that angle, how fast is Centennial going to jump on it? And out that one goes. And a big heave there, but sent right back out. But I'm not quite sure that's what Centennial would be hoping for in this scenario, considering it just puts the Lords deeper into into Colts territory. Big throw targeting Thomas Roberts down low. Fighting for it still. And sent to mile instead. And 2 substitutions for the Colts. As coming in is number 11 and number 18 for the Colts. Bianca Ray, number 11, and Natalia Casiello. Going out for the Colts was number 17, Soledad Vasquez Secudo. And I was not able to catch the second person who went to the Centennial bench. Apologies. Sure, it will be announced briefly, and I will get the full rundown. And the Colts taking it off the back, pushing deep into Lord's territory. Lord's quick to swarm forward on the ball, but are they fast enough? More than that, it seems, as Heather Wright sends that one out. The other one to tap out there. Apologies. Centennial trying to make a run. Booted away instead. The Lord's big kick there. That one, Heather Wright, who sends it a mile right to Sage Thomas Roberts. And instead, Colts choose to send it a mile to the sky as that one goes out of play. Algonquin, or sorry, not Algonquin. Man, that green and black really messing with me. A lot of OCAA teams have it. Apologies. The Centennial coach looking to play just a little bit differently here, trying to call out for a small adjustment. And the Colts throwing this one in, number 13, Miley Dukoff. Heather Wright kicks that one back for the Lords. And Durham just struggling to keep control of the ball, whether they're in Colts territory or their own, as a matter of fact, as their bigger priority is just sending it a mile and a half away. Just crossing the 26-minute mark. Just under 20 left to play. And another corner. And big kick. This one goes out the way of Durham, who are trying to fight for possession. And that kick from the Lords, number 3, Sage Thomas Roberts, just barely overshooting the receiver, who is number 20, Skylar Moore. Alexis Bailey fires it a mile. Unfortunate for the Lords, that mile was not their way as Centennial starts making their push back. And this one going to be Colts ball. Trying to find a way forward, and they do. Only briefly as the Lord sent it right on back. And another kick here this time. Centennial trying to keep it. But once again, the Lords have done an excellent job of just getting rid of it. Sadly, they also need to keep in mind the aspect of soccer to keep the ball. Taking a quick look around the league, we have St. Lawrence taking on Lakehead Aurelia, and leading that one right now is St. Lawrence in a 1-0 score so far. But Durham back on the push, sent a mile instead. Jordan Cron slapped, gonna get rid of it. Throwing it in from the side for the Lords. That's number 4, Shelby Kahn. And Durham keeping possession. For how long is the question? Not long enough, as the official signals for Centennial ball. Lords doing a great job so far of shutting them down on defense, but it's been at the cost of their offensive firepower. And Centennial pushing hard, trying to find a gap. Nothing to be had, though. Playing slow. Gotta wonder if they're just going to take a miracle shot here. The Lords, once again, just clamping down on these passing lanes, and a big shot. Right to the Centennial keeper, who immediately chucks it away to the other side. And a missed touch from Centennial's number 18, Natalia Casiello. Big throw sent right back out. Had one already, might as well make it another. Shelby Kahn, another time to throw it in. Trickling down the sideline, kept in play. And back to the corner it goes. The Lord slowing it down, but the issue is Centennial starting to fight for it. Once again, Shelby Kahn. Kahn playing for the second chance. And the official calling for a handball against Shelby Kahn. And didn't seem all too impressed about the call. Was Kahn. But regardless, Colts possession now. Gotta wonder if attitudes are getting heated here on the Lords because they haven't been able to get anything offensively. But when you're running essentially a park the bus style, there's not too much that you can do. Playing for a tie is a more than valiant plan against a team that has put up 37 points in 4 games with 0 points gone against them. And a big shot. And over the head of the Lords, number 27, Julia Fontana. Julia Fontana. Going down to the turf there for the Lords was number 4, Shelby Kahn, the fullback. But seems to be okay as of now. And another foul called against Shelby Kahn. And across the field goes that kick as Centennial. Trying to play a little bit slow, but the Lords, once again, clamping on passing lanes. Sadly, while the Lords are clamping on lanes, Centennial is clamping on players. As that ball gets picked away from them, but the Lords lucky to come up with it. Alexis Bailey, the one to send it deep into Centennial territory. And that one goes to the keeper. Cron's slot, big kick. Goes overhead, possession for Durham here. Nothing to be had, though. As Centennial playing a little bit of keep away here. Seems to have been a trend all game as this little game of keep away that they're got going. And the Colts keep it in play. Going slow. Passing back and forth along the far sideline. Trying to find a slip through instead. Green and gold coming away with it. And possession once again for the Colts. And Centennial going back. The issue for the Lords, if you're playing on defense for this long, especially deep in your own territory, you're having to play very, very fast at all times. If you look towards those back defenders there for Centennial, they're essentially able to stand still. They haven't really had to move. Of course, you're never truly stagnant. And almost had the play across. And a foul called against the Colts. And a substitution here for both the Lords and the Colts is coming in for both sides is their respective number 8s. Isabel Sullivan of the Lords and Alicia DeVillis for the Colts. Going out for the Lords was number 20, Skylar Moore, and for the Colts, number 5, Emily Duncan. And a kick for the keeper. That could have been a very unfortunate situation as that initial kick was hard pressed by the Colts. And it gets bounced around just a little bit. But the Lord's going to walk away from this one scot-free. And kick is away. Big shot here. Centennial puts it up. Close to their own net is the worry. And the Lord's still fighting for it. And a call to the corner. Durham sending out Alexis Bailey. There were more than a few shots in that big 7-0 game that we saw at Vassos Field. That Bailey was just inches off of finding Thomas Roberts. You got to wonder if the Colts saw that same film and are trying to play a little bit carefully because of it. All rookie. Firing. the official did not see it. It looked like it went in from our point of view on the camera and from my point of view here. But nothing to be had, so it seems. I believe. They are going to give him the goal. That is a goal for the Lords. The home team going to break the goose egg first. Or apologies there, that is the wrong button. The home team going to break that one out first. And 1-0 for the Lords. And a little bit of confusion here about who was the one to finish that goal off. But the Lords played well here, got there first. 39 minutes on the clock here. And the Colts now looking for the equalizer. And Durham looking to be the silencers here as they threw ball. Rolling cross. And out of play it goes, deep in Centennial territory. And they're going to look to play this one slowly now. The Lords, you can see, playing very, very fast here. Well, very much of a different coverage as they had before, as they were trying to play to make sure that they wouldn't lose a point. Now that they have it on the board, looking to get a little bit more aggressive as they clamp down on passing lanes. Goal awarded there. Of course, the all-rookie I was talking about her on the corner, they're going to give it to her off of contact, let alone anything else. They're going to point that one out to number 15, Alexis Bailey. Going to be the one to rip that in for the Lords. Talking about her on the corner there. Apologies for the slow time on who exactly scored that one. And Colts number 9 has been fighting through contact after contact. Serena McDonald has been fighting for it and has done that. And that right there was Alexis Bailey's first goal for the entire season. Of course, had a fistful of assists so far. But happy to have it for the second-year player. For the Colts, if you're looking for anyone, it was a striker there who tried to get forward for Centennial. Smiley Dikoff, of course, has 2 shots on goal today as she leads the entire OCAA, 10 goals to her name. Got to look to play smart ball here now if you're Centennial. You're not able to play with that same kind of confidence now, down 1, but you can't let yourself get shaken either. Alicia DeVillis fighting for that one down low, and instead the Colts just trying to do their best to keep themselves here, keep themselves in possession. The Lords have proven possession time is irrelevant to them. Of course, Now, of course, that big corner, Alexis Bailey. But now you're looking for the Colts. See if they can play something here. Looking for a big lob here as they try and break through. The Lord's doing a great job of fighting for passing lanes. It's Thomas Roberts now plays the ball. Breaking through defenders. And they're going to call that one out just before Sage got that. Colts now with possession. A little bit of an errant pass there. But Alicia DeVillis going to be able to reel it. But a foul called on the Colts. And the official has already signaled the total extra time added will be 1 minute. Of course, that will come into play in about 90 seconds. Thomas Roberts fights for it. Not going to get there, though. Colts trying to play smart here, playing slow. And coming back there. That one. A little bit of confusion here from the green and gold as it flicks off one of their own. And a substitution here for the Colts. Assuming. And it will be coming in number 17. Soledad Vasquez Segudo. And coming out. Didn't actually see who came out there. Apologies. I'm sure I'll have it told to me in just a brief moment. That, or you guys will hear it over the in-stadium PA. Durham now has 12 goals on the season, doubling their goals against. And the Colts have officially let in their first of the season. And a through ball. Bailey looking for two. No good. The one to come out there for Centennial was Nayla Rowe. And that is the official call. Total time on the half there was 46-14. And we'll be back in just a brief moment here for the second half. Don't go anywhere. 1-0 for the hosts. We'll be right back.
We've come a long way since our doors first opened. Though our beginnings were modest, our vision was bold. With each passing decade, we grew. Times changed, and we adapted. We evolved, and we delivered. Market-driven programs that get our grads jobs. Seamless support services that wrap around our students. Sustainable practices that protect our earth. For the past 10 years, our mission ensured that the student experience came first at Durham College. But we've reached a tipping point. As we reflect on all we've accomplished and look closely at where we stand, it's clear. We're not just putting the student experience first, we're reinventing it. What's happening on our campuses, across our communities, and around the globe is a DC-grown and led transformation of the way we learn, the way we teach, the way we work, live, and lead. The many paths to post-secondary education merge and weave in so many new ways, and our approach to delivering that education, advanced learning that innovates, inspires, and changes lives, is just as varied. We are shaping this transformation shoulder to shoulder, heads down while working hard, but always with clear eyes on the future. This is our stake in the ground. We are DC, and together, we are leading the way. We've come a long way since our doors first opened. Though our beginnings were modest, our vision was bold. With each passing decade, we grew. Times changed, and we adapted.
And welcome back once again, everyone. OCAA women's soccer action here. The host, Durham Lords, up 1-0 on the Centennial Colts. This is the Lords' first goal of... this is the Colts' first goal that they've let up all season. 37 goals to their name otherwise. And the Lords looking to put up an upset here against the second power ranking in the province and fifth in the country, Centennial Colts. You have to wonder if there's going to be any kind of changes here from Durham. Happy so far to sit themselves down right now. They've been playing a very defensive strategy. 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 1 striker. You got to wonder if they're going to change that up. Well, in terms of lineups, you can see something significantly different. You don't see Sage Thomas Roberts out there whatsoever for the Lords. Up there is Lily Whitbread instead. If you're looking at the Lords lineup, that is their major change of the half. And for Centennial, you have to wonder if they're going to try and play a little bit more aggressive now. They know that they're in the back seat here. They have to get themselves in this. And big stop here. And the Lords keep it in play. Con. And off a Colt as possession once again for Durham. Shelby Kahn once again going to inbound this. Bailey kicks it away to Kahn. Kahn, spin move to break free. Shot down the middle. Colts possession now. Vanessa Lima offloads. And passed away again. Emily Cullen. Cullen back over to Mayone. To Mayone, sorry. And a little bit of a push off here from the Lords. Nothing called, of course. And fighting for it is the OCAA goal leader. That one was Miley Dukoff. And playing it all the way down. And a corner awarded to the Colts. Number 4, Emily Cullen. Already has 1 shot on goal so far. Looking to put this one in passable position here. And the Colts moving in towards the net. And still in the area, but got rid of it there was Durham. Looking to play smart ball here. Colts trying to move forward, but the Lords shutting down all the passing lanes. 4-on-1. And a foul called against Durham. You got to be more careful than that, especially so deep in your own territory if you're the Lords. And a free kick here. 2 on the wall for Durham. Overhead. Centennial almost had the opportunity. Kahn puts it up a mile. And the Colts still in an offensive position here. Driving low. Bounced right back out. And a second chance opportunity goes wide of the net. That was everything you're looking for if you were a Centennial Colt fan, as the Lords look to be in a scramble position there for a brief moment, but you're going to walk away scot-free. Scot-free for how long, though, as the Lords look to break free, as the Colts once again pushing with everything they got. You can see the aggression coming out from the black and green. Heather Wright looking for the cover. Not going to be there as Colts keep possession. The Lords cracking down on passing lanes now. Bailey fighting for it. Gets a foot on it, and that one almost goes out across her here. Sent a mile instead. Mikuleka gets rid of it, and that Colts offensive drive comes to a close. That was a little bit of a panicky start to a half here for the Lords. You have to keep yourselves in check. Of course, as mentioned, the Colts gave up their first goal of the season to the Lords' number 15, Alexis Bailey. So you have to make sure that you are playing a smart game now for Durham. You can afford to go back to your park the bus strategy of 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 1 striker. You got to wonder, though, if they're going to commit to it. Corner taken once again by number 4, Emily Cullen. Cullen, the shot across. Looking to field it. Stays wide. While it is a second corner, you have to be thanking your lucky stars if you're a Lords fan. Because that, by all rights, should have been a deal breaker to tie this thing up. Big shot across. And out it stays. The Lords crowd the net in an attempt to force away the Colts. And the Colts turned back around. Coming up with it was Katie Sutherland. An excellent play to make sure that the Lords stay in the lead. As Bailey volleys it deep into Colts territory. And out of play it goes through the flag. I know that y'all can't see much through there, but there's not too much we can do. And played in here for the Colts. Moving forward, Mayoni offloads. Another pass picked off instead. Shelby Kahn boxed out and sent into a spin. And a great slide there to make sure that that ball stays out to put a stop to this offensive possession. And goes out again, this time on the Colts, so it's going to be Shelby Kahn to inbound. Kahn, big throw. And off the pass, falls into the hands of the Colts as they look to push forward once again. Going back was Dikoff. Colts trying to find a lane. Big volley sent to mile. Locke puts it right up near our camera. And it's going to be a quick inbound here, Emily Cullen. And once again, you have to be careful after the Lords. You're starting to get a little bit sloppy here. You have to slow yourselves down. You're giving a whole bunch of opportunities that I don't know if it was just that Durham isn't playing up to what they were in the first half, or if it's the Colts have turned it up a mile as they're looking to play at all cylinders now, knowing that their undefeated record is on the line, down 1. Lords looking to go 2-1 at home. So far are even at 500, 1-1. And out of play stays with the Colts. Big throw from Kahn. Headed back instead. And kicked around this time. Was looking for an offloading pass. Doesn't get away with it. And the Colts play for it. Overhead. And substitution here for Durham. In goes number 20, Skylar Moore. And coming out there, she's been a monster on defense so far. Looking to get the same kind of commitment there out of Moore. It's going to be Kahn who taps out. And a little bit of a head tap to keep it in. Off the crossbar. A lucky, lucky break there for Katie Sutherland, as I don't think she would have had the hop there to keep it in, to keep it out of the net. And Sutherland gets rid of it. Slide tackle misses. Second opportunity doesn't, as that one is possession for the Colts as they look to push forward. And skips out. Possession for the Lords. They look to slow this down. Whitbread looking for the press here, trying to move forward. And instead it's the Colts coming away with it. Quick volley overhead. Keeps it in play, but possession for the Lords now. And kicked away. Alexis Bailey forces Centennial to reset. Emily Cullen. Cullen to Frampton. Vasquez Sacudo gets rid of it down low. McDonald. McDonald to the league leader, but that overshoots in Miley DeKoff. Durham, you can see now based on how they're looking, they're getting a little bit spread out here. Whitbread, number 22 for the Lords, stepping off the field. In goes number 23, number 3. Lose my marbles. Number 3, Sage Thomas Roberts. Of course, first team OCAA last year, had more than a few goals so far this season. 6 of them to be exact. And first in shots is Sage Thomas Roberts with 13 in the OCAA. More than happy to be trigger happy. That one goes wide. To the keeper now, the Lords. And crosses across the field, and once again, Centennial have to fight their way back into Lord's territory. Good play. Loses control, though. Had to stop on it. Instead, essentially set up Centennial to restart a drill. And the Lords look to slow it down again. You can see them migrating back to this 9-defender setup. Or at least 5 defenders, 4 midfielders. And big shot. Tries to clear it. And foul called against number 13, Miley Dikoff. As the Lords continue to play with the lead, just over a half hour to go. Big shot there, Mikulika. Trying to find a lane. Finds a lane to a bunch of Colts, but kicked back deep in their own territory. Good play to force a reset from the Lords, number 18, Laura Antunes, the winger. But Centennial happy to get back on offense here. We know they're absolutely trigger happy. They sit at just about all 5 spots here for the top 5 assists in the OCAA. Of course, a 10-goal game and a 17-goal game help with that. And fight for it, the Lords, they do. Surrounded by black and green. And possession for the Lords. And a couple substitutions here for Centennial. Number 2, Nyla Rowe, as well as number 26, Josephine Okieri. Tap in, and out goes number 18 for Centennial, Natalia Casiello, as well as number 11, that being Bianca Rea. And those substitutions quick to make a play on the ball, but doesn't look like they're going to get anything out of it. Shanked back into into Colts possession. As Sage Thomas Roberts is quick to get back on it. Apologies there. Just had a quick bit of technical difficulties. Centennial pushing forward now into Lord's territory. The green and gold fall back to cover the lanes. And they managed to walk away scot-free there as a quick stoppage of play. Thrown back in. Colts bench starting to fire up here a little bit. They don't want to see anything go wrong and lose this 4-0 start. And another corner here for Cullen. Cullen retracing her steps. Whistled in by the official. Big shot. Do they track it down in time? They do. Colts are calling for a goal on the play. Doesn't look like the official is going to hear them out. Priority on the player down for Centennial. Number 8, Alicia DeVillis. DeVillis getting up slowly, but getting up no less. Good sign. Making her way off. McCullough making sure that she is okay. Coming in is Colts number 21 to even out their numbers here is Simone Christie. And big kick. Brings it up to midfield, but Centennial quick to get it back in Lord's territory. Not letting that go anywhere, and a crosser here, an opportunity. Covered up, Heather Wright. And the Lords stop the offense. Only briefly as Centennial back on the ball. And a through ball opportunity abound. The Colts break themselves out of their scoreless run here. And another one to add to the tally for an outstanding season. Miley DeKoff evens up the score. The coach, as well as Sage Thomas Roberts, calling for getting their eyes up a little bit here on the side of the green and gold. As 1-1 the score. The Lords got a little sloppy, and it cost them. And speaking of, the Lords quick to play in Centennial territory. And a foul called against the Colts. A free kick to be awarded to the Lords. Alexis Bailey going to volley this one over, I assume. Bailey lining up for it. The Lords scattered round. 4 on the wall. Bang! What a shot! Alexis Bailey calls that one for a mile. Sets the Lords up 2-1 as Bailey finds it off the free kick top bin. And the Lords back on top in this one. She saw a goal by the league leader and said, let me solve that problem real quick. Speaking of league leader, in goals hunting down the ball was Dikoff. And out of play, possession for the Colts. The Lords now have a lead to play with again. You have to make sure you're not getting caught this time around. Durham got caught sleeping last time. Good on the passing lanes. That one goes to the keeper. Said it's going to offload. Coming back into the game now, Dalen Tulloch. Saw her leave early on. Happy to see her back on the field if you're a green and gold fan. And a big boot. But the Colts fight for it just a little bit more, and that's a problem if you're a Durham fan. And Durham forced to fall back. A foul called against Durham in that scuffle. Called against the Lords, number 27. That's Julia Fontana. You would have argued in that scuffle from the point of view of the camera. You saw a full wrap from the Colts, but not the case from the official. And the volley straight to the keeper. Secures it. Looking for a one-touch. Anything would have put Centennial back in a tie game situation here. But with under 20 minutes to go, Centennial getting desperate. And a big kick, good volley there as Alexis Bailey brings it back into Colts territory. The Colts don't like it in Colts territory and send it back out into Durham. Looking to send them back to Scarborough with a sour taste in their mouth. And believe that ball went into the street. And so it seems, as that one goes out of play and a corner awarded. Centennial. We saw the Lords already get one off a corner from Alexis Bailey. Of course, she now has two on the game. You got to be looking if you're the Colts for the same thing. Lords lining up man-to-man, trying to cover the rotation. Looking to do so, punches it, and punches it once again. Durham keeps it out. Durham fought tooth and nail to keep that one out. The Colts looked like they had a second chance opportunity as they brought it up towards the top of the keeper's box. But they are going to be lucky to walk away from that one scot-free. 2-1 the score remains, but for how long? A volley, this time coming short side. And header flies over. And once again, Katie Sutherland, she's had 7 shots on goal. 6 of them have been covered up. And a big boot there from Tulloch. And out of play it goes. And big throw from the Lords. And off the head. And you know how I said big boot from the Lords? Colts like doing that just as much. And a through ball. Opportunity abound. Crosser. Good pick. Mikulika. And a lane, but flies right back to the Colts. The Colts, another opportunity. Break through. And Durham quick on the response. Every time Durham tries to get rid of it, though, they send it, but they ended up sending it right into the chest of a Colts player, and Durham stopped this never-ending assault and get it out of play. Durham has to play smart. That one goes out of play, and corner it goes. These corners from Centennial have been lethal. Lucky to come away, lucky for the Lords that nothing has happened off the back of it. But you gotta play your cards right. Taking her handful of kicks so far. Cullen fires another. And second chance opportunity. Up and reeled in. Katie Sutherland caught the volley. And Durham keep themselves up. A massive upset this would be. And good kick, Heather Wright. Up to Sage Thomas Roberts, fighting for every inch. Slows down the Colts briefly. And the striker proves their mettle. And another lethal attempt at a corner. He's taken a fistful of them so far as Emily Cullen. Cullen, big shot. And that one off target. Good press coverage here by the Lords as they threw ball. And Durham pushes forward. Got to keep in mind not to go too far. As Centennial happy to push themselves back into Durham territory, but they're going to stop the assault briefly. And out it goes. They're going to give that one to the keeper. Sutherland now. Gives it instead to Tulloch. Cullen sends it too far for Colts to do anything with it. Nyla Rowe has a shot, not on goal so far in this game. But out it goes as Centennial fights for it. And a corner kick again. And Centennial's coach calling for a little bit of a change in how they're doing their free kicks. Of course, Cullen always the one to take it. Or sorry, their corner kicks. Cullen always the one to take it. Sends it up with a hope and a prayer, and it goes. Centennial, even the score. 2-2. And tapping out here is the Lords' number 20, Skylar Moore. And coming back in is number 4, Shelby Kahn. Kahn, a defensive monster so far. Looking to put on more of the same. Durham making a move to try and keep it back in Colt territory. As the Lords playing a little bit more aggressive. You can see it in how they're positioned now. Sage kicks it through. And opportunity, Heather Wright gets past her. The Colts have an opportunity to clear this one through. And not the person you want to give it to. And great play from Tulloch to keep it away. Alexis Bailey the cover from the Lords, and picked right back up was Katie Sutherland. The one to score there for Centennial, number 24, Haley Frampton. The one to bury that one through. Sutherland, the kick. Big kick up to Sage Thomas Roberts. And Durham fighting for it still. And quick stoppage here as in goes number 18, Natalia Casiello, and out goes number 21, Simone Christie. Mikulika, big kick, puts it right out of play. You may call it the Colts bench. Mikulika calls it target practice. And ran over. And that one skips its way out. The Colts, another substitution. This time coming in, fresh legs needed for the final 10 minutes. Bianca Rea going in, and out goes Miley Dikoff. I don't know if that's the person I'd be pulling in a situation like this where you need a goal, but she already has one. Put in her contribution. More than plenty. The lure is an opportunity. Gets past the defender. Looking to make it 2. Overshot. Foul called against the Colts. Good, take it, Erin Mikulika, the captain for the Lords. Big boot sends it right to a Colt. I lied. Overhead. Thomas Roberts fighting for it instead. I believe dropped on a Colt. And the Lords an opportunity still as they keep in possession. And to the keeper it goes instead. Centennial on the advance. Heather Wright got beat. Not looking to go to the same fate was Abigail Roberts. And they keep it in front of the street. But Centennial ball no less. For Durham, a tie is more than acceptable in a game like this. Of course, you held the lead for most of it. You don't want to give it up, but if you had to, a tie is what you're okay with, as long as it's not another one in the loss column here. And Centennial going to be the ones to keep this on the inbound. Another substitution. Especially when you're deep in territory. Miley Dikoff comes back in. And another corner awarded to the Colts. The one to come out there for the Colts was number 15, Vanessa Lima. Just under 6 minutes on the clock. Colts looking for the big one. Kick is there. Catch is not from Sutherland as it flies wide. Sutherland gets rid of it this time. Instead of it being Tulloch, going to take it. It's Shelby Kahn looking for the big boot. Kahn, low and far. It goes. Sage Thomas Roberts almost had the through ball to set up the goal, but out of bounds it goes. But still, possession for the Lords is an opportunity deep in Centennial territory. Have to make the most of it for the green and gold. Chucking it in, Kahn. Kahn throws. Volley to the far side. No Lord there. And a good play to keep it in. Almost had a box out there from Durham, but instead Centennial gets to keep their assault. But not if you kick it away. Sadly, they get to if you kick it right out of Colt. Playing a little bit of keep away here. Centennial dribbling through ball, and Mikulika gets rid of it. Need to cover passing angles. And out it goes. Centennial to keep possession. Just under 4 left. And Bailey fights for it. Checking off the ball. And I believe that to be an offside call. Cullen down on the field. "4 minutes, the extra time call from the official. Depending on how long this takes to stretch out that cramp, might have been more, but 4 minutes, the official call. Big boot from Kahn. Up to Sage Thomas Roberts. Over to Captain Mikulika. Gets stuffed. Bailey, on the other hand, will not. As Sage Thomas Roberts fights for it down low. And out of bounds. Shelby Kahn. Kahn more than likely to throw target Out to Sage Thomas Roberts instead. Goes away straight to the keeper. Big shot. And a good volley. Sage Thomas Roberts blocked out from the ball, though. Under a minute till added time. Fighting for it, the Colts. Trying to break back into Durham territory here. Doing the full loop for offloading. Back up top. Sage Thomas Roberts, volley overhead. Trying to fight for it, still not going to get there. And a missed volley there from Durham. As extra time starts now. Cross the boundary of 90 minutes. Lost track of the ball. And so did the keeper. And that one may be the dagger for the Colts. What a play. That one came in from Centennial's number 18. Natalia Casiello might have just put in the dagger on this game to keep them at undefeated. And a bad sign there. Centennial playing back now, you see it. And out of play. Possession back for Centennial. The goal scorer, Casiello, tapping out. Serena McDonald, as well as Emily Duncan, tapping in for Centennial. Coach calling for plays here for Centennial, looking to put this one away. Kahn, big throw overhead. Durham in desperation play stayed here. And foul called. And a yellow card awarded. Looking more for the stoppage here, I feel, with Centennial as Serena McDonald catches the yellow. Big shot. Big shot. Is there a touch on the back of it? And they keep it out of the net. One touch was all the Lords needed, and that would have been a tie game there. Sage Thomas Roberts fighting for it. Alexis Bailey trying to sneak her way through. Heather Wright to the Colts. Driving. keeping it back. 10 seconds on the clock. The Lords may be out of options as Centennial looks to extend their winning streak to 5. And a foul against the Colts. How much longer will the official let this go? Durham fighting for it. Not fighting hard enough as it goes out. And the official calls game. Final score here. 3-2. The Centennial Colts hold on as Durham brings their way under 500, but an outstanding showing against a team of this caliber. As the Lords fall to 2-3, the Colts 5-0 as they look to keep their run alive in the national rankings. Of course, as mentioned at the start, they sit at 5th in the country, 2nd in the province. Next game for Durham is going to be another home game, 8 p.m. Wednesday the 24th, and we'll see them taking on the Fleming Phoenix. Centennial going back to Scarborough for the next one, taking on St. Lawrence Saturday, September 27th at 1 p.m. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Myself, Etienne Skitch on the mic. And thank you guys all for coming out. Don't worry, coming up shortly is going to be the men's game for both of these sides going at it. And we'll see you guys in just a little bit.